What is going on, Lancers? Welcome back to the Style of Gaming, and welcome to another edition of our Anthem Masterwork weapon reviews. In this video, I will be discussing the Masterwork Marksman Rifle, the Thunderbolt of Yvenia, the first of many elemental weapons I've received in the world of Anthem. Thank you to everyone who has shown the channel support by liking and sharing our videos and subscribing. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and let's get into this incredible weapon. Right away, I think the Thunderbolt really captures the imagery and stylization Anthem and the team at Bioware were trying to invoke, at least in terms of iconographic imagery. The markings on the side of the gun really remind me of the Wyvern Blitz sniper rifle, another Masterwork weapon in the game. It's kind of a mixture of this old world, early human, basic pattern scheme, but fused with this alien-like Mass Effect symbology that really makes me think of modern cinematic sci-fi. However, the color palette here, as much as I really do enjoy the colors they chose, the way that they chose to implement it really makes the weapon look like a Nerf rifle with an orange flare tip at the end of the barrel. This could be easily resolved simply by inverting the colors or just changing the color of the tip. So I'm kind of cross with the visual as a whole. It's badass all the way up until you get to the airsoft safety nozzle at the front. The visual sadly reinforces the toy-like nature of this weapon. The Thunderbolt of Yvenia is a single-shot, Masterwork marksman rifle that really has little stopping power or weight to its shot, most notably in higher levels of play. The feel when it fires reminds me of Mita Multi-Tool from Destiny. However, it does not provide the same direct punch that Mita does with its toy-like splendor. In Anthem, the Thunderbolt really does carry on that legacy of a Mita-style weapon by sounding and punching like a toy. But don't let that thwart you. This is a great weapon. One of its greatest strengths is its large magazine and rapid reload. This really helps support its lackluster damage. The hipfire, accuracy, and overall range of this weapon is really surprising, and I think again, it's implemented to support the less than ideal damage, especially whenever the Masterwork ability isn't proccing. Now, that's a perfect segue for how dynamic the Thunderbolt of Yvenia becomes when we look at that Masterwork ability. The Thunderbolt's ability has a 33% chance to proc a powerful, and I mean powerful, lightning strike in a hit. Not a critical, just a hit. With this ability, finally, the Thunderbolt of Yvenia obtains some form of balance in the entirety of the weapon. When that lightning ability hits, base enemies just explode. I mean, they freaking vaporize, you guys. And shielded enemies are a worry of the past. Playing on Grandmaster even, big boys with shields were the least of my concerns as the lightning bolt just melted everything around me. A lot of reviewers are talking about the value of luck and drops specifically, but I'm curious if luck also increases the odds of any ability that has a chance in its writing. I wonder because when I use this weapon, I seem to get a vicious stream of lightning raining down from the heavens, annihilating everyone constantly. However, when I look at friends or other people playing, I don't see as many bolts of lightning. Now that could be me missing the animation, that could be a whole mess of things, but it seems to correlate, and so I'm kind of rocking with that. Another quick side note, a minor gripe, I really wish that the lightning from this weapon was a detonator spark and could influence large areas of enemies, but I have a feeling we'd be cruising directly into Brokeville if I had an AoE proc on this weapon. It's not a drawback, but just something I wish so it could be broken. Other than its minimal damage and toy-like feel, the Thunderbolt of Yvenia's most notable drawback is it essentially does nothing to armored enemies. That's the yellow bar if you weren't aware. It makes sense though, because if you look at elemental status effects in Anthem, lightning is more effective against shields, but it makes Grandmaster combat in general very difficult with the Thunderbolt of Yvenia. I just find myself walloping tank enemies with armor using the massive magazine that I have augmented with components, and I'm still barely getting anywhere even with lightning proccing left and right. While Anthem is a game about real team cohesion, I should be able to stand on my own and feel powerful with a Masterwork archetype. Long story short, when you get in the fray with some heavy armored boys and you have the Thunderbolt of Yvenia equipped, make sure that you have a strong fire/acid base to remain dominant and diverse in your elemental types so you can take on any enemy of any sort. All in all, the Thunderbolt of Yvenia is a super fun, fast-paced, and destructive weapon. Its small set of drawbacks really pale in comparison to the amount of fun I have had with this gun. Its range is superb, as to be expected with a marksman rifle, but this one seems to go to the distance much more than its counterparts in the Masterwork style. That's even considering the fact that At an extreme range, the Thunderbolt ability of this weapon does proc. Its fast and punchy gameplay is supported when the Masterwork ability sets off, and its rapid reload keeps you in the firefight more often than not. Look out for this weapon and make a javelin build around it. The beauty of it is the fact that each javelin can support this weapon through components because marksman rifles are a universal weapon type. So build this with your best javelin if you find it suitable to your game style. Get out there, Lancers, get into the world of Anthem, hit Grandmaster, find this weapon, make it yours. Thank you so much for watching as always. Please subscribe, Lancers, and I'll see you out there in the world of Bastion, as well as another edition of our Masterwork Weapons review.